some people may scoff at the whole conference championship thing, but in our part of the world, Dave, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. That's right.
So
that's a big deal.
I got to step aside here for a second. I'll let you fill for a few minutes, David, and we'll be back shortly.
Okay.
And we should mention C Channel 7 here getting some highlights. So
yes.
Always good when the TV station's here to cover wrestling.
Yep, we like to see that. And of course, you can also log on the internet to track wrestling while you're, of course, you're listening to us. That's even better. But these should be updates as they happen on track. And of course, we'll carry the matches. And just about getting ready to get underway here. No wine gym. Gym, by the way, is packed from right to the ceiling. And floor is full of people. We've got a great crowd here today for Northeast Iowa Conference Wrestling. And again, it's probably one of the premier wrestling conferences in Iowa, given the history and all the tradition it has, and tough schools, and remain very stable. Getting the introductions finished up here, and as soon as they get those finished, we'll be on one mat and one mat alone. And team scores, it looks like, unless there's a bottom falls out, Waverly will move on to their 8th straight. And the Cora will probably finish 6th, since we don't have much of a way to continue. Right now, we've got start here. Caden Anderlich, a freshman from Cresco, 28-6 record. Going to go against Dylan Robinson, junior from New Hampton, with a 36-5 record. Dylan Robinson, a wrestler that took out Decorah's Philip Eady. Philip then come back to take 3rd. Tough 106-pounders up here in Northeast Iowa. And of course, Dylan Robinson beat out another good 6-pounder in New Hampton, Mason Cleveland. So he's got some good workout partners in the room, there's no doubt about that. Right now, their match has started. There's a minute 25 to go in the first period. Robinson with a 2-on-1. Anderlich drops into a single leg. He's got Robinson up in the air. Robinson hanging on around the waist. Now Robinson puts him back, kind of back down on his bottom, but no points left because Robinson is locked in around the waist. As long as Robinson can lock in and hold there along the waist, he's going to get a new restart here. They come back to their feet. Stalemate called. Oh, nice shot, leg shot by Anderlich. Robinson steps back, breaks it, comes up, right in that 2-on-1 Russian tie, controlling the left arm of Anderlich. And Anderlich comes over, tries to catch the head. Squares up nicely, though, with Robinson. And move out here to the rest of them, the center of the mat. Been a great match. Not a lot of out of bounds. Underhook here by Robinson, pretty shallow. Moves in a little bit deeper. Price up, controlling the other side. Anderlich doesn't like that, comes back out. Oh, half shot there by Anderlich, but Robinson's holding that 2-on-1 Russian tie. Anderlich steps behind the leg, though, and moving, trying to get 2 here, and he's got him. Right as just as time runs out.
And Tanner Burke, the assistant coach for Crestwood, and Keith Slipka maybe respectfully disagreeing with the call, but nonetheless.
And I thought that Dinner might have said that no control, but Becker was around to the front where you could see him, and so Greg Becker gave the 2 points. So we got 2-point lead for Caden Anderlich. Anderlich's going to start down to start the second period. Robinson covers, and we're off. Anderlich to his feet, good hand control, gets his hips out, and he's away.
It's a 2-1 lead now for Dylan Robinson.
About an 8-second escape.
Robinson was the number 3 seed today, beat Philip Eady in the semifinals, and the semifinal matches were 1-0 and 2-1.
Yep.
So to this point in the match, this is a high-scoring match.
That's
on
right.
the front side at 106.
Yeah, they've been tight matches.
1:33 left here in the period. 2-1 lead for Robinson. Of course, the 6 matchup last year, Michael Millage beat Noah Phi.
There we go. Anderlich down on the ankle again. Robinson trying to catch the head, and that's what he did the first period to get his 2 points. And right now he's not given the points.
No control yet. Nick Heeman and Eric Robinson arguing for control to Mike Denner.
Should have him. He got control off of this in the first period, but he didn't get control there, and they called a stalemate. They're going to bring him back up again.
2-1 the score.
And
they got 4-1 on the scoreboard for some reason. Are they gonna give Robinson a couple of back points there?
Apparently they gave him 2-point takedown.
Oh, okay.
I guess if he had it in the first period, he had it in the second.
Well, and
so it's 4-2 now, 4-1, and then now Anderlich gets out for the escape, and it's 4-2. Anderlich goes in on the leg, switches the other side, and this looks pretty clean takedown. That should be 2.
No points awarded yet, and there's Becker with the points, and it's 4-4.
4-4.
23 seconds left here in the second period.
4-4. Both of those other takedowns by Robinson, actually, Anderlich had stepped behind the leg and looked like maybe he's going to make something out of it. But
Anderlich starting to tilt, and he's got Robinson on a 1 count there. Anderlich in that crawl position. 4 seconds left in the period. A potentially dangerous call by Becker. 4 seconds left here in the period. It's 4-4, and Robinson will restart in the down position. And we will end the second period tied at 4.
And Robinson probably go down. Anderlich covers.
And a caution on Anderlich.
Got to have the head. The guys are kind of fussy about having the head in the middle of the back today. That's okay, I guess.
Well, if there's a rule, I suppose you better follow it.
Yeah.
So.
Robinson trying to do a little roll here, but Anderlich blocking that pretty nicely. He got Robinson stretched out now on his belly. And Anderlich trying to get an arm up behind the back. Working real hard to get Robinson's hand up behind the back. And probably when Robinson beat Eady, it seemed to me like Robinson's weakest position was down underneath.
Yeah.
Because I think Eady...
if that match would have been 2:15, Philip probably would
have won it.
But he didn't make the turn in the 2 minutes allotted. So.
That's right. And now Anderlich's got a ball and chain tilt on him there, but he rolled through for no points. 1 count is all. Now he's got the ball and chain tilt again with the arm on the back. Loses the arm, but he's got a cross arm. Got the wrist underneath there, and a cross arm ride, and trying to load Robinson up in his lap. But I know Eady rode Robinson a whole 2 minutes, and didn't seem to have a lot of trouble getting Robinson's arm up on his back. Just couldn't turn him. So.
We mentioned Robinson probably weakest in that down position, but when guys aren't allowed to turn him, is he really weak? Well, Anderlich might be doing it here.
Well, he's got the wing, but he doesn't have the wrist on the other side.
That's the same position Philip Eady got to multiple times in the third period, but it just didn't happen for him.
No, you got to pull that. The guy can post with that arm. on the opposite side of the wing, why it's pretty hard to turn him.
And a stalemate call, 20 seconds left here in the period. 4-4 the score, 20 seconds left here in the third.
Now we're getting to where Anderlich's pretty well got to ride him and go for the takedown in the overtime. Roll through by
and a count of one. But nothing more than that.
Robinson
hanging on the leg right now, trying to sneak through here.
Anderlich is hanging on to the ankles.
To an ankle.
And that's time. 4-4.
Hey.
Put a minute
free wrestling in the title bout here at 106.
Put a minute on the clock and we'll see what happens.
Nice. Been a good match to this point. 4-4 the score. Anderlich of Crestwood, Robinson of New Hampton. Anderlich reaching for a start. Robinson in the underhooks.
Anderlich controlling the wrist. Robinson. Now Anderlich will work a 2-on-1 with a shot reach for a leg, but nothing happened.
Robinson has the head controlled, but Anderlich controlling the right elbow and wrist of Robinson right now. Anderlich steps over.
Trying to come around behind, but now I've got Robinson trying to come around behind. Robinson gets over the leg, and he's got two, and he's looking for back here.
Will he get some bonus points? That's the only question here.
Yeah.
And there is 5 seconds left here in the period, and the victory is going to get awarded here.
Yeah, the 2 points were given to Robinson.
Yep. I think.
Oh,
yep. No, Anderlich got the 2 points. And Nick Heeman with an absolute look of disbelief. Eric Robinson and Nick Heeman are going over the table, and Anderlich is going to win the conference championship. What did I miss? I thought Robinson got the 2 points.
I did too.
Greg Becker is talking to Nick Heeman right now.
And you notice that Robinson is staying out on the mat, because if there's a mistake made, once the offended wrestler leaves the mat, you can't do anything about it.
I thought Robinson had the victory.
I did too.
And I think many people in this audience did too, but Nick Heeman is just...
He's just bananas, yeah.
Eric Robinson trying to get a part of the conversation. He's an assistant. He probably shouldn't be a part of it.
No.
It might cost a team point. And Anderlich is going to win the conference title in controversial fashion.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
I'd like to have a replay of that, because I wonder if New Hampton's going to get cost a team point with the. It all depends. Have they been warned before? Yeah, if they haven't been warned before, that shouldn't be.
I guess I can't exactly argue Nick Heeman. I can't blame Nick Heeman for arguing.
I can't either.
Caden I just would like to know what the heck I missed if Anderlich won the title.
Me too.
And here's the bad thing about it. It was a hell of a match between two great kids, and what are we going to be talking about? A controversial call.
That's right.
That's all that
That's
matters.
right. Anderlich is the winner. And now I got Noah Fye with a takedown here against Derek Wyatt from Waverly Shellrock. And Noah Fye looks to be would like to turn Derek Wyatt there. Wyatt 32-8. Fye 38-3. Fye with some relation there in decorum. And the referee says we got Mike Denner says we have a potentially dangerous. We're going to bring him back.
Of course, Noah's dad, Tom, a national heavyweight runner-up for Luther under Davis Johnson back in the day.
This young man must take after his mother. He's down to 113 now.
Yep.
Started the season at 120. And on top, working Wyatt pretty good. He got the arm controlled. Wyatt really can't get off his stomach. And now he puts some elbow in the back of Wyatt's neck. Now he's got a half in the wrist. See if he can make anything, get out to the side. So he's still got the half in the wrist. Wyatt broke down pretty flat.
Noah Fye, a conference runner-up at 106 last year, losing I believe in overtime, if I'm not mistaken, to Michael Millage.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
At New Hampton.
Now he's coming over the head, but he's not getting the hips turned. Wyatt's got a leg posted out there, making it pretty much impossible to turn the shoulders over.
Fye has 3 losses this year. One of them we saw at the Southwind tournament to a talented Denver Tripola kid, and that was when Noah was wrestling at 120.
120. Yeah, 120. I don't know if he's got any losses at all. Now it's down at 13.
And he got certified at 13 after Christmas. And
that's one of the things with the rules now. They could actually cut weight right till the end of the season, because as long as you don't go down more than 1.5% and don't get below the 7% body fat, you're okay.
So Noah Fye leading 2-0. It'll be...
and he's going to go neutral.
Noah's choice, and he's going to go neutral with Derek Wyatt of Waverly Shellrock. Wyatt, the senior, at 34-8. Noah Fye picked up his 40th win. A fall over Corbin Rowley in the semifinals here this afternoon. Noah will be in Decorah next Saturday in the sectional tournament.
Nice shot here on the single leg by Noah Fye. Wyatt locked in around the crotch.
And Fye gets the takedown, now getting back points on Wyatt. He's got 3 waiting for him. And he turns him again, and he's got Wyatt pretty flat this time. Has the leg up in the air, good pressure around the chest. Wyatt doing his best to kick out of there.
He's tied up pretty good there with the legs straight, the legs up in the air. Fye doing a good job.
And there's the fall for Noah Fye. Noah Fye, a first-time Northeast Iowa Conference champion, winning over Derek Wyatt of Waverly Shellrock in 2:54.
Be a barn burner here.
You know what? One of the better ones we've been waiting for is coming up right now. Michael Millage, defending state champion, defending conference champion. Connor Cleveland of New Hampton, a 2-time defending Northeast Iowa Conference champion. Millage in right away. Scramble situation in the edge of the mat. And he has still a scramble situation. No points awarded yet.
I think both kids have been on their back, but they just keep rolling.
1:44 left in the period. An action-packed early start, but no points awarded yet.
Millage was originally in on the leg. Now we got Cleveland in on the legs. Millage on top.
Millage was in on the legs. Cleveland rolled through, put Millage on his back, but very briefly.
Millage kicked right back out of it. Now Millage, nice slide by.
And no points.
No points, out of bounds.
And I guess I have to give Eckerman some props there. Sometimes officials will give 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 in a situation like that. He let the action control his officiating. I thought it was a pretty good job. You agree?
That's right. He could have started this 1-2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 business, and when you got all done, you didn't kind of like the first match, wouldn't know what happened. But hey, if the guy's really got control, it'll be there. And there we've got
Cleveland.
Cleveland taking Millage to his back. Got the 2-point takedown and got the 2-point near fall.
So 45 seconds left here in the period. A 4-0 lead for Connor Cleveland on Michael Millage of Crestwood.
They got tied up, and Cleveland took Millage right straight to his back. 4-0 opened up a 4-0 lead. There's no doubt Connor Cleveland will be tough, and of course Michael Millage is up 2 weights from his 106 pounds.
Yep. Millage, a defending state champion. I think I know one of his 2 losses was to an out-of-state kid down at the Independence tournament this year, and I guess I don't recall his other loss.
And I'm not sure who beat Cleveland either, but
whoever did has to be pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's right.
Millage able to get to his feet, but Cleveland still with control of the leg, takes him back down to the mat. 2 seconds left here in the period, and the period will
end with a point given.
Now they give Millage.
They're going to give it Millage a point. How is that an escape?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I can't. I certainly wouldn't have. Apparently, he thought Cleveland lost control, but he's still hanging on to him.
He had an arm around the leg and an arm around the shoulder, but yet that's loss of control. That was lost of control.
I can't see that.
I have a tough time getting that call, and we don't have a dog in this fight, so we can comment unemotionally.
It doesn't matter to me who wins, but I just can't see that. Almost out doesn't count. Or what you could do next.
Millage starting in the down position, able to get to his feet, trying to get some hand control. Circling around is Cleveland, and Cleveland has Millage on his back, but out of bounds. Actually, no change, 4-1 the score.
Cleveland did a nice job there of controlling Millage's hands when he came up, and then taking him to the mat and rolling him into a near fall position as they hit the mat, but they're out of bounds. But now Cleveland comes over to far side cradle. Millage gets an arm through.
.130 left here in the second period, a 4-1 lead, a 4-point move for Connor Cleveland. Midway through the first period has given him the lead. Now Millage with the reversal coming up on top.
Coming up on top. Cleveland is still over the top of Millage's leg, but Millage reaches over and ties up Cleveland's far leg.
Both of these men were conference champions a year ago. Connor Cleveland trying to become a 3-time conference champion. Stalemate called, 59 seconds left here in the period, a 4-3 lead for Connor Cleveland.
And of course Michael Millage trying to be a 2-time conference champion.
In 2 seasons of eligibility.
2 seasons of eligibility, so a lot on the line for both boys.
Now Millage trying to do a little tilt on through. Right.
Step over.
And Cleveland able to get to his feet, and he gets free and gets his one. 5-3 the score. 43 seconds left here in the period. One mat wrestling here in the championship round of the Northeast Iowa Conference tournament. 5-3 the lead for Connor Cleveland against Michael Millage with 28 seconds left here in the second period. Forehead to forehead tie. Now they're off ear to ear. Both men just kind of reaching.
Nice job of turning back in off the edge of the mat. We haven't had a lot of out-of-bounds calls.
I haven't had to.
No.
And that's credit to the kids.
That's right. They wrestled in the middle. Not playing
4
the edge.
seconds, 3 seconds, and the period will come to a close with Connor Cleveland leading by a 5-3 margin. Cleveland going to choose down to start the third period. I think Cleveland hasn't been down yet, has he?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
No.
Because
I'm sure his plan of attack is you either revert.
Except that 1 second.
Up in the roll, and they were rolling around. But,
earlier, that mad scramble at the after the start of this match.
And Millage doing a great job. He's got a leg in. He's trying to bring Cleveland's arm back up over his back.
5-3 the lead for Connor Cleveland.
Back in the crotch, almost like a freestyle crotch lift here. Trying to tilt Cleveland back. And he's trying all he can do. He's just pulling, trying to pull. And now he's got pulled Cleveland over, and he's got a 2 count.
He ended up getting a 2 count, so it's even at 5-5, but Cleveland able to get to his feet and escape to make it 6-5 with 1:10 left here in the third. Cleveland in on a shot. Millage trying to whiz her out of it. They're right in the New Hampton corner, and they go to their feet as they go out of bounds. 6-5. The lead for Connor Cleveland with 57 seconds left here in period number 3. This is good wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
You bet. This is just as good as the finals of the state tournament, which it could be.
Well, you know what? It'd be awfully cool if it was.
Yeah, it certainly could be.
There is precedent for that, for
There
Northeast Iowa kids wrestling in the state finals.
That's right.
A 6-5 lead as Millage in on a shot. Cleveland staying in good position. Cleveland circling back and gets his back to the center of the mat now as Millage has the arms tied up. 22 seconds left here in the period.
Cleveland doing a great job now. Great job of just that 2-on-1 Russian tie, holding that.
15 seconds left here in the period. Neither man has been hit for stalling.
No, not at all.
Connor Cleveland leading with 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Cleveland now warned for stalling with 4 seconds. Millage looking for the big throw. Connor Cleveland has become the 44th three-time Northeast Iowa Conference champion in conference tournament history.
And Michael Millage will not be a 4-time conference championship. Champion. One of the things that's really great about this is all over Michael Millage gave Connor Cleveland a good handshake.
Yep.
And walked, of course, very disappointed off the mat.
Just basically said, you know what, we'll see you next week.
No slapping hands, no throwing a fit. Just the required handshake by the rule. And
44 times in conference tournament history, there's been a 3-time champion, and Connor Cleveland has just become the most recent one.
Standy had to fight for it. Ryan Steffen, Cresco, 27-6 record. Sophomore. Let him and Millage have some fights in the room.
They'd be worth the price of admission.
That'd be worth the price of admission. And we got Nate Lasher from Charles City. Lasher, junior, 26-11. Out here with Steffen double underhooks, tries for a trip. Lasher with an overhook, trying to control the arms. And they go out of bounds.
Yeah, you had Tyler Shattuck get 3rd place at this weight class, and he was 35-6. Coming into today.
Steffen down on a leg. Head inside single right now. Lasher trying to put a lot of weight on him. Putting a lot of weight. Reaching in around the waist. Steffen's got to keep moving. Doesn't want to give up that leg. Now he gives it up. Well, still got it. And has got to pull it in. Doesn't do it in time. And official Becker says we'll go back up. That's a stalemate.
Well, we were talking about it a little bit in the break. Charles City with 11 kids in the lineup and 7 of them in the finals. Those kids are just tough.
That's tough. That's good wrestling. That's right. Came to wrestle. And that's got to be ingrained through the practice room. And you had to give Coach Carmen a lot of credit for that.
No doubt about it.
First period ends. Score 0-0.
So Steffen will go down to start the second period. We're at 126 pounds.
And Steffen didn't make much of a move there on the whistle. Lasher over the leg, got the leg trapped. Got the far arm in the thigh. He gets a little too high, and Steffen comes out from underneath for the point. Now he goes, Steffen going on the attack, leading 1-0. Stefan makes the shot here. Had the tricep trapped. Comes Kelly, comes around behind, covers the legs. And once he got the legs covered, gets his 2 points. 3-0 lead right now for Ryan Stefan.
So far, the champions that we have had, Caden Anderlich at 106 pounds for Cresco, winning in overtime. Noah Fye at 113 pounds, and Connor Cleveland winning in a great match over Michael Millage.
Out, we've seen some good wrestling.
But as some crazy guy told you on the way down, the real good guys in this conference are real
They're
good.
real good, that's right. That's right. We saw some evidence of that already. Stefan trying to bring an arm up, trying to get Lasher turned.
And a stall warning on the bottom for
inactivity for
Charles
Lasher.
City
Yeah,
man on Lasher.
Trying to encourage him, and there's one of those situations where the Charles City coaches don't get too excited about that, because I'm sure they're hollering at him, come on, get up, get up, get up. And he almost does, and then Stefan brings him back down to the mat. And that's the end of the second period. It could be Lasher's choice,
and he'll go down.
Yep.
He trails 3-0 on Stefan as we wrestle here at 126 pounds in the conference championships.
Takes a little effort to get up, but Stefan breaks him down, got him pretty flat now and extended.
Stefan trying to win the second conference championship of the day for the Crestwood Cadets.
Stefan got a leg in and a crossbody ride, trying to control the far side arm. He's going to bring out. He's trying to got the arm behind the neck now in a guillotine. But he doesn't have his arm behind Lasher's head, so that could be called especially dangerous. So that's one of those situations. If he could have got the arm behind the head, he could have locked his hands once the referee started counting near fall. One of the very few times down on the mat that you can lock your hands when you're on top.
3-0 lead for Stefan. Minute 12 left here in the third period. Lasher able to get to his feet. Stefan still with the hand control, takes him back down, tries to bend him backwards. Now Lasher tries to get out, but Stefan still with control of the leg.
Lasher rolled and come out to face him, but Stefan just stayed down on the leg. Lasher trying to jerk the leg out, and now Stefan gets a stalling call for hanging down the leg too long. Coach Slifka doesn't like that very well, but not too much Stefan could do, short of letting him go. He didn't wish to do that. And I think he was trying to move up as fast as he could, but pretty hard to do that. The other guy's kicking like that. Now we've got Lasher to his feet. Hadn't got hand control yet, though. Stefan steps in front. Lasher comes over the top of him.
Lasher gets the reversal to make it 3-2, lets him go right away. Stefan gets his one to make it 4-2, 22 seconds left here in the period.
And Lasher did the only way he'd could win the match. And he's been pretty well dominated, but he's out there to win it. And all he could do was to let Stefan go and go for the takedown. Unfortunately, he made a shot at Stefan's legs down. Stefan's controlling the head. And we got, what do we got here? Looks like maybe a little blood.
With 8 seconds left in the period. A 4-2 lead for Ryan Stefan here at 126, trying to become the cadet second champion of the day.
And that's one of those situations, even though there's 8 seconds left, it doesn't matter. The rules say you see blood, you blow the whistle. It's as simple as that, whenever you see it. So
Ryan Stefan for Crestwood, the top seed. And let's see. We've had the top seed win at 6 at 113. The 2 seed won at 20, and Stefan trying to make it 3 for 4 for the top seeds.
Yeah, that 20 between Millage and Cleveland.
That's really not 1 and 2. That's 1 and 1A. Let's be honest about that.
That's right. And I'm sure that was one of those situations in the. I don't know if they met earlier in the year or not, but that's one of those situations in the coaches' room when they seat them. Probably the New Hampton coaches didn't argue a whole lot for number 1. Put him down on number 2. Put him on line number 2, and he'll beat everybody else anyway. And they meet in the finals, and we'll see.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter where they start.
So some blood getting cleaned up in the center of the mat. Gary Steffen out cleaning that out. Keith Slifka over taking care of Ryan Steffen. Kevin Wedeking and his assistant talking to Nate Lasher right now. Kevin Wedeking, second-year head coach at Charles City.
I think come out of Cresco. Years ago.
I believe you're right.
I think years ago. So, kind of nice to see the old guys in there again.
Exactly. or the young at heart guys, shall we say.
There we go.
Because with all due respect, David, you don't have your age.
Yeah, that's okay.
Neither does the guy standing to your right either.
You guys are just kids.
Exactly.
You're talking about your age coming down here today. I just remembered that I think I'm wearing a belt buckle that's maybe older than the 2 guys that I rode down with. It happens to be a USA Wrestling belt buckle that came from when the Junior Nationals were held in Iowa City.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, that's got to be in probably the 1970s.
Yeah.
And
well, if it was after 76, I'm older than the belt buckle,
right?
But
I don't know. I can't read and my belly's too big. Maybe you can.
Yeah, I would, but that might be a human resources violation.
What does it say?
I don't think it has a year on there. So,
but
4-2 the lead for Steffen. They're still cleaning up the blood. The time has been stopped.
Junior Nationals they were in Iowa City once, and then they went to the Unidome, and then now for many years they've been in Fargo Dome.
Yep.
But
I'm assuming they were in the old field house.
They were in the old field house.
I'd imagine that was a cool atmosphere for wrestling.
It was.
Well, it was a cool atmosphere for most anything, really.
In fact, I can remember walking from that field house over to the Carver Hawkeye when it was just a hole in the ground.
Lasher trying to get shots off, but cannot do so. And Ryan Steffen going to be a conference champion for the Crestwood Cadets as Steffen wins by a count of 4-2. Another good match there at 26. So we move on to 132.
And here we've got Keaton Geertz from New Hampton.
Well, he's only lost once this year. And he will take on Austin Yant of Waverly Shellrock at 35-6 coming into the day.
Geertz probably one of the better records than anybody here.
Only one loss. I believe he's he might be the only one-loss kid here. Scramble situation and a throw and a takedown for Geertz right in front of his coach, Nick Heeman, and it's a 2-0 lead. 1:45 left here in period number 1.
Yeah, and had he not thrown Yant out of bounds, we might have seen a quick end of the match.
Yeah.
Keaton Geertz, just a junior, now he's down on the legs. Geertz scores a 2-point takedown, pushes Yant away, gives up a point. Now he's back on the attack again, and they're out of bounds. 4-1. Keaton Geertz, New Hampton.
And these are a pair of juniors, so. Yep. Connor Cleveland became a 3-time champion earlier.
2 nice ducks by Geertz, but Yant squared up, so no points scored. Geertz controlling the wrists.
1:10 left here in the first period. A 4-2 lead for Keaton Geertz of New Hampton, the junior, at 132 pounds. Been a good meet here today, as it always is, at the Northeast Iowa Conference Tournament.
Geertz controlling the arm. Now he's coming up under the other arm with an underhook. And we've got New Hampton wearing their gold championship uniforms with the big Chickasaw on the back. Looks like he's got Jant's arms tied up really tight, and he throws him to his back.
And there's a takedown, and back points being awarded as Jant is still in bounds. Jant trying to bridge his way out of it. 25 seconds left here in the period.
And Geertz is really cranking on it.
And Geertz doing a good job of keeping Jant in bounds as well.
And he's really straining to get those shoulders to the mat. Jant, of course, is really working hard to keep him off.
5 seconds left here in the period. It'll be at least a 9-2 lead for Keaton Geertz. And the 5-point move for Keaton Geertz gives him a 7-point advantage as we go to the second period.
And you know that's got to take a lot out of Austin Jant. He worked hard to keep him getting pinned. And Keaton Geertz is going down. Start the second period. He must need maybe needs a little practice from down there.
Yeah.
Not going down out of necessity.
Well, most guys 38-1 probably aren't in that position too often.
And he made a really good job of a good jump on the whistle. Jant tried to lock up a cradle. Now Geertz goes to a standing roll and almost out the back door. Jant is still kind of hanging on.
And there's going to be a potentially dangerous as Jant was totally in the air as Geertz tried to sneak out the back door. No change. 1:41 left second period. A 9-2 lead for Keaton Geertz. We're at 132. Decora's Lone finalist will be up next. Devin Stortz at 138. He's a defending conference champion. And Austin Stout of Charles City is also a defending conference champion.
Geertz is on his feet, trying to get establish some hand control.
A stall warning now on
Jant,
and Geertz
gets an escape.
Gets the escape to make it a 10-2 margin. Jant in on a shot, but Geertz looking to score off it as he tied up the head. Now reaching for the shot as they go out of bounds with 1:07 left in the second period.
Yeah, and you know about that stalling call on Jant, what more could he have done?
Yeah.
I mean, he was working hard to take him down. We got Geertz controlling the hands. Jant is in on a head inside single, but Geertz is just so powerful it knocks him off his base and comes around behind.
And gets the takedown to make it 12-2. 45 seconds left here in the period. Keaton Geertz of New Hampton.
And he's really just pretty much putting on a clinic. Now he's got the arms tied up and he's trying for a tilt, which he would have had if they hadn't gone out of bounds.
36 seconds left here in period at number 2. It's a 12-2 lead for Keaton Geertz, trying to become the Chickasaw's third champion of the day with Noah Fye at 113, Connor Cleveland at 120 with the victory over Michael Millage of Crestwood, and now Keaton Geertz here at 132. An escape for Jant to make it 12-3.
They could have had they could have had another one. Go back to 6.
Yeah, exactly.
One there. I don't quite.
Caden Anderlicht of Crestwood was awarded at the championship, and many people in the gym thought Dylan Robinson got a takedown in overtime, but Anderlicht's hand got raised, and
well,
here it went.
Apparently, the official thought he had control,
and he's judge and jury.
That's right. That's right. He is,
and sometimes executioner.
Yeah, in that case, but yeah. One of those situations I didn't really see a lot of control, but anyway, once he gave the points, they were given.
That's true.
And there's no video here like they have in the Big Ten channel.
And there's
Jant started down. Third period, comes to his feet, turns into Geertz. Geertz goes down on a leg, but Jant gets his leg back, and so gets 1 point.
12-4 lead for Keaton Geertz. Minute 45 left here in period number 3. We're wrestling at 132 to the championships of the Iowa Conference Tournament.
Nice duck under takedown by Geertz. Has the leg split, coming up around the head. Still got the leg. Geertz kind of Jant still kind of over his leg, but Geertz frees it. Now he's up on top, controlling the arm. Yount goes to his feet, but as he turns
carried out of bounds.
As he turns in, Geertz shoots the takedown, which carries him right through the New Hampton cheerleaders.
And some Chickasaw wrestlers, too.
Yeah, and some Chickasaw wrestlers, too. So. And Geertz says, give him one. We'll start on our feet.
1:14 left here in period number 3, a 14-5 lead for Keaton Geertz on Austin Yant of Waverly Shell Rock. And Yant now with the throw and has Geertz on his back.
Nice takedown. Nice takedown. Good shot.
He's getting back points right now. It'll be at least 14-10. And Geertz able to get back to his belly, but Yant still with control.
And
the points awarded to make it 14-10.
Just a good shot on Yant's part. Good shot. Took Geertz to his back. Now Geertz stands up, gets away, gets one.
And Matt makes it 15-10 on the escape. 34 seconds left in the period. Well, you better wrestle your 6 minutes.
That's right. That's right.
And now some blood time for Keaton Geertz. So as they do that, let's take a time out here from some of our good sponsors. Thirty 20 seconds left here in the period. It's a 15-10 lead, and now Keaton Geertz with a headlock, a takedown, and he's got Yant on his back. 12 seconds left here in the period. Denner down, taking a long look with 8 seconds left here in the period, and there's the fall. Oh boy, what a wild match.
Yes, it was.
Keaton Geertz wins by fall in 5:53 after being on his back earlier on. Wow.
Well, originally, it looked like it was just a clinic put on by Keaton Geertz, and then Yount got into it, scored those points, and
Keaton Geertz winning by fall in 5:53 to become the Chickasaw's third champion of the day.
And then Yount gave us a little lesson on why you wrestle the whole 6 minutes.
And you know what? Keaton Geertz got that lesson explored himself. So here we go at 1:38. Decora's Devin Storch trying to become a two-time Northeast Iowa Conference champion, and Austin Stout of Charles City trying to become a two-time champion. Stout was your champion at 132 a year ago. Storch was at 126. Stout won the regular season matchup. Stout to a double leg, and getting a scramble situation, now awarded the takedown on Devin Storch to make it a 2-0 advantage.
Stout again, one of those tough Charles City wrestlers, and put on a tough tight waist ride. Puts the leg, got the leg in now.
And Devin trying to get to his base. Stout circles around pretty well, sends him back down to that. 1:15 left here in the period. A 2-0 lead for Austin Stout, trying to become a two-time conference champion. Devin Storch, the lone finalist for Decorah. Stout trying to look for a little guillotine here.
Trying to put a guillotine on, and he's got the arm up behind now. Now he's trying to reach over. He's getting back points. Trying to reach over and grab Devin's head. Yet not quite able to do that, but he gets he got a 5 count there. And
they actually only gave him two. So a 4-0 lead for Stout. 42 seconds left here in the period. And Stout with the guillotine once again, but it was at such an angle that it was potentially dangerous, and Eckerman stops it. 39 seconds left in the period, no change. Storch will restart in the down position.
Nice quick move on the whistle for Devon, but Stout sticks the leg in. And is controlling the hips really well with that leg. Got the hips turned now.
Stout won the regular season matchup over Storts. And these two teams will not
meet in the districts.
In the district as or districts.
Sectionals or districts though.
As getting Charles City was going west, and now Stout arm across the place, getting some more back points. And 2 seconds, 1 second, and Stort's going to be saved by the period buzzer. It's a 7-0 lead for Stout as we go to the second period. So the Devon will defer, Stout will go down.
Sharrock leads it with 213 points. New Hampton second with 188. Crestwood is in third with 171. Charles City's dropped back into fourth with 169.5. Owens is fifth with 157.5. The fours and sixth with 148. Waukon is in seventh with 75.
And we've got team scores. Waverly Shellrock 213. New Hampton 188. Crestwood 171. Charles City 169. Olwine 157.5. Decorah 148. And Waukon 76.
Yep.
Score still 8-0 right now.
Stout leading Devon Storts, trying to become a two-time champion. Stout, the 132-pound champ a year ago. Devon was the 126-pound champ a year ago. Stout with another takedown of Storts on the edge of the mat, making it a 10-0 advantage. 124 remaining here in the period.
And again, Austin Stout, just tough and strong.
Well, that's how Charles City wrestles.
That's right.
As the Comets had 11 guys in the lineup today and put 7 of them in the finals.
Pretty good percentage.
You can say that again.
Yeah. Be a pretty good percentage if you brought 11 people and placed 7 of them.
Exactly.
Let's put 7 in the finals. Nice stand up there and escape by Devon, make it 10-1. Little half shot by Devon, but Stout blocks it there with a hand in the thigh. Comes up, both boys on their feet. Stout reaches for a leg. Both got over-under ties. Devon reaches in on a leg and takes Stout right to the mat. And
did he get the takedown? Yep.
Got the takedown.
And they went out of bounds. 10-3 the score. Stout leading Storts, but Devon still in the top position. But Austin Yent taught us you got to wait till that the final slap of the mat or the final buzzer.
That's right. Devon on top. And put a little chest pressure on. Stout sits out and turns. Now he comes to his feet, breaks the hands, and escapes for one. Makes it 11-3, Austin Stout. And head-to-head, the middle of the mat. 24 seconds left in the second period.
Ten seconds left here in the period, and Stout with another takedown to make it a 13-3 margin.
Did a great job of coming over the front headlock and coming around behind us. 10-point lead going into the third. 13-3. Devon's choice. Going neutral.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
13-3 the score. Stout and Storts are at 138 pounds. Of course, Keegan Tengi out of the lineup today for New Hampton at this weight class. And that would have made a difference in the overall bracket. Storts warned for stalling as Stout takes him down to the mat once again. 15-3 the lead.
And again, Stout made a shot, and as soon as Devon sprawled, then he gets the stalling call.
1:30 left here in the period. Stout trying to become the first champ of the day for the Charles City Comets.
That they didn't have very much in the lineup as far as the lower weights either. So.
Well, yeah. This is yeah.
Yeah.
Lazar was in the finals at 26, and he was the first kid in the lineup for Charles City, I do believe. Yeah. So, if you go with it chronologically, just used a big word, Dave. You impressed?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Really. 1 minute left here in the third. A 15-3 lead for Charles City's Austin Stout.
Come back to the center of the mat. And we'll see what Devin gets to his feet.
And Devin ends up with the escape to make it a 15-4 margin.
And out of bounds.
49 seconds left here in the period. Stout 26-4. Devin was 19-6 coming into the day with one of the losses to Austin Stout.
And Devin made a shot there at him, but Stout gets the legs back, sprawls. And again, another shot. Now Devin's on the leg, and he's got the leg. Comes around behind looking for the far ankle, and hits far ankle. He's got Stout. Stout's got his head. That's all he's got. Devin pops his head out. He's got a 2-point takedown. Makes it 15-6.
Devin trying to take a little bit of the insult out of injury here.
Well, I'm encouraged. You know, that when he got pinned over at Charles City, it was kind of down and out from one move. He's wrestled Austin Stout the entire match here, and I feel very pleased. A big improvement.
No doubt about it.
Big improvement, and he's on top now, wrestling pretty tough, trying to break Stout down. Stout maintaining his base.
10 seconds left here in the period.
And Devin, a lot of pressure over the shoulders. And now he comes back, grabs an ankle.
And that's going to be that. And Austin Stout will be a two-time Northeast Iowa Conference champion for the Charles City Comets. So Stout becomes the Comets' first champion of the day and defeating the Decora's lone finalist of the day in Devin Storts.
So we'll go home with no conference champs, and that's certainly disappointing, but I was encouraged, though, to see the way Devin wrestled right up to the end. And he won't see Stout next week, so time to start over.
So let's move up to 145, David.
We've got Maxwell Forsyth from Charles City against Trey Pesanovsky from Crestwood, Cresco, and that's pretty similar records, 31-3 and 31-4.
I forgot to add Max Forsyth to the defending conference champion. So 9 conference champions from last year return to the finals this year. Forsyth can become a two-time conference champion for the victory here in this match.
And he's also tough. And so is Pesanovsky.
They go out of bounds, some oohs and ahs from the crowd, but probably overreaction.
Pesanovsky gave him maybe a little extra shove out of bounds there. But didn't seem to bother Maxwell Forsyth because he just come back and got the takedown. Looks like Forsyth has a wrap around his chest. I mean, he has rib trouble there. It's not up around the shoulder. And Forsyth, a senior. Trey Pesanovsky, a junior.
No, 2-0 lead here for Forsyth, trying to become a two-time champion. He was the 138-pound champion a year ago at the conference meet.
Now on the edge of the mat, by Pesanovsky turned into him. Looked like maybe he could have got the takedown. Forsyth hipped into him, but they gave him one, so it's 2-1. Pesanovsky or Forsyth, Max Forsyth, 1 point ahead of Trey Pesanovsky from Crestwood.
Trey Pesanovsky, 31-4 for Crestwood coming in. He's a junior. Forsyth, the only senior in this weight class. Two minutes up on the board here in the second period, and a Pesanovsky starting down in the period, and turning him right away was Forsyth. Got a count of 1 on the back, but no further.
Pesanovsky kind of went into a roll there and tried to trap Forsyth on his back, push into him. Didn't work. And Forsyth riding on top yet. Nice turn there by Pesanovsky, but Forsyth had the leg in, and now he's up around the shoulder, trying to work a head pry on the edge of the mat.
Side of the mat, and they go out of bounds with 1:20 left here in the second period. A 2-1 lead for Max Forsyth, trying to become a two-time Northeast Iowa Conference champ.
There we got a reversal by Pesanovsky, come up from underneath.
Pesanovsky now leading by a 3-2 margin.
Forsyth up to his feet, breaks the hands. Ties the match up 3-3.
55 seconds left here in the period.
Now we got Pesanovsky in on a head outside single. Takes Forsyth to the mat, but Forsyth is wrapped around the waist. And
35 seconds left here in the second period.
Pesanovsky comes over the leg now.
27 seconds left. Still Pesanovsky trying to step over and control the leg. Still through the crotch.
Not all Forsyth's got is his arm around the waist.
Yeah. Pesanovsky, if he can break that grip, it should be 2. And the Crestwood coaching staff asking for some back points.
Well, yeah, there when
control.
As soon as Forsyth starts to fight off his back, then he's got to give him takedown points. So he's got 2 takedown points and 2 near fall points.
So a 7-3 lead now for
Pesanovsky.
Pesanovsky leading. He's the 2 seed. Forsyth's the 1 seed.
And again, you got to wrestle all those 6 minutes.
No doubt about it.
Forsyth got his head down the mat. That's never looked real good. Now he's coming up. Pesanovsky riding tough on top. Forsyth comes up, blocks the hands, and clears him, and he's the score now like 7-4. Pesanovsky.
1:40 left here in the third period. .133 left here in the period. Forsyth losing by 3. He's got to be the one that gets in motion right now.
Pesanovsky doing a real good job of controlling Forsyth's head. And Coach Slifka telling him to stay intense, stay in position, give up any easy takedowns, work the head. Pesanovsky tried to lower his level there, or Forsyth lowered his level. Pesanovsky stepped back. A little half shot there by Forsyth. Forsyth down underneath after a leg, but Pesanovsky's hanging on the head really hard. Forsyth's just
55 seconds left in the period.
Forsyth's having a real hard time clearing that head and hands defense of Pesanovsky. And I think Pesanovsky has it figured out. You know, when you're ahead, you don't have to take the other guy down. You just got to stay in there and wrestle. And he's doing that.
And now he's turned his back to the center of the mat, so he'll be good.
Sure.
Keeping the referees honest enough.
Forsyth's making all the shots, but
Pesanovsky
Air Forsyth comes out behind him. Gets Pesanovsky out of position a little bit.
Gets a takedown with 14 seconds left. Now trying to get the escape, making 8-6. And now covering him up is Stout. And Stout ties it, or Forsyth makes it an 8-8 match with 8 seconds left. And he gets a couple of back points inside of 2 seconds. And Max Forsyth is going to become a 2-time champion, winning 10-8 with 4 points in the final 15 seconds. I tell you what, when he let him go after the initial takedown, I don't think he completely let him go.
I don't think he did either.
And I guess I could have a little bit of an issue with them awarding that escape.
I can't do that.
I guess, yeah. Credit Forsyth for wrestling the full 6 minutes.
That's right.
But at the same time, you got to question whether that escape should have been allowed.
Yeah.
Fair. And again, we don't have a dog in the fight, so we can bring it up without emotion. But
because
still,
you really have to let the guy have a chance to defend himself before you give the escape. And I'm not sure that Pesnowski was in that position.
Let's go on to 152 pounds. And out there right now is Wagenhofer for Waverly Shellrock and Gorman for New Hampton. As you would expect, the 4 and the 3 seeds wrestling for the championship.
For the championship, yeah.
Wagenhofer trying to become the first champ of the day for the Waverly Shellrock GoHawks.
But we got a quick takedown there by Gorman for New Hampton. Gorman is the 3rd seed.
And Wagenhofer is the 4 seed. He upset Clement earlier today.
Yeah, for some reason or other, Neil Clement did not have a good day.
It happens.
It happens, that's right. Did you notice Waverly Shellrock's uniforms? I really like them. They look like they're 30 years old.
Yeah.
They're black.
Black and gold.
Yep. And gold across the GoHawks across the front. Now we've got Wagenhofer in. We've got GoHawks on the front. And a little otherwise pretty much solid black.
And the thing I like about him, what are Waverly's colors?
Gold and black.
New Hampton's wearing a gold singlet, and it's nothing personal against their program, but I don't see any gold in Chickasaw colors.
I don't either, no. Kind of, I don't know how it is. I guess they're supposed to...
Get off my lawn.
supposed to dress up for the finals. And, but I'd still like to see the plain old black and gold Waverly Shellrock and the red and black New Hampton.
2-1 the score. Wagenhofer leading at the end of the first period here. So Wagenhofer will cover in the top position as we start the second period here at 152 pounds.
Gorman comes to his feet. Wagenhofer trying to keep a leg in. Gorman breaks the hands, and it's 2-2.
So New Hampton, who has 3 championships already on the day, trying to win their 4th right here. And this, you'd have to rule it probably a toss-up, being the fact it's the 3 and the 4 seed.
Exactly.
Gorman was the 3, Wagenhofer was the 4, but
I would guess maybe that Gorman may have beat Wagenhofer during the season to get the 3 seed, but Waverly has been wrestling really, really well so far today.
So the 2-2 score, back to the center they go with a minute 21 left here in the second period. The Waverly Shellrock GoHawks with 213 points. They have a 25-point lead on New Hampton, so they're looking pretty good to win their 12th consecutive title.
Gorman pushing Wagenhofer back to the edge of the mat.
2-2 the score, and they go out of bounds.
Now Zach Wagenhofer with 40 wins on the year. It's a lot of wins to be a 4th seed.
But at the same time, he has about 51 matches.
Yeah, 11 losses.
That's part of the schedule that Waverly wrestles too.
Which I think helps make them tough this time of the year.
Yep.
They've been tested. Shot from quite a ways away by Wagenhofer. Gets down in on the leg, but doesn't control it. So Gorman back up to his feet.
We're wrestling in the championship match here at 152. Our
Leg
title
shot
match of the day.
by Gorman. And he's in really deep. He's got the leg.
Control yet. He tries to circle around. Wagenhammer comes off the bottom.
Rolling around. And
5 seconds left here in the period.
Both on their feet, and they end up neutral.
Out of that wild sequence, no points as we go to the third period.
Good wrestling, though.
2-2 the score. And Wagenhofer will go down here in the third period.
And both men juniors. Got another year. Wagenhofer on top, tight waist, and a wrist. There's Gorman on top, excuse me.
2-2 the score. Look for a power half, it wasn't there. Now working through the crotch area. Arm across the face, now works off to the side. Putting some toe pressure on him. But Wagener for trying to establish his base, and they go out of bounds in the New Hampton corner on the near side of the mat. 1:21 left here, third period, 2-2 the score. .121 left here in the third.
And Gorman covers. Wagenhofer sits out. Comes back to his base. Gorman riding with the spiral ride. Wagenhofer rolls through, comes out, faces him, got to 1 point.
And out of bounds they go with 1:05 left here in the period.
Now we have Wagenhofer leading by 1. Just a minute left.
1:03 remaining. This is right up there with the old phrase, takedowns win matches.
That's right. And one of those situations where, Gorman behind by 1, he's got to put pressure on. He's got to keep coming. He's not going to get a stalling call from the referee unless he keeps shooting and pushing. But Wagenhofer tries to come up underneath, doesn't make it. Gorman's got time for an arm drag. Comes around behind, got a leg, but not behind though. Wagenhofer reaches in for a whizzer, takes Gorman backwards, and scores 2 points.
5-2 the lead for Zach Wagenhofer here at 152 pounds with 20 seconds left in the period. Gorman back to his feet, an escape given with 17 seconds.
And it's 5-3.
And now Whitcomb's over at the table. He seems to live over there. How many trips does he get there?
Well, you see, the thing is, if he just goes over and asks for a clarification or something, that doesn't count.
Okay, here's Gorman stepping over, but Wagenhofer controlling his leg with 7 seconds remaining. Gorman trying to break that grip. He's trying to step over and cover and gets the last second takedown, and we're going to overtime here at 152 pounds. Two, 5-5 the score, Gorman and Wagenhofer. Wagenhofer hasn't moved 3 seconds into the match.
There he does there. And he gets
Wagenhofer in on a shot. Now Gorman steps over, and no points yet. Trying to step over.
All Wagenhofer has is a leg. Gorman's got him completely down on his belly. Now he comes over, and when he steps over the leg, he's got the points.
And Gorman wins 7-5 and becomes the 4th champ of the day for the New Hampton Chickasaws. Ryan Gorman, the 3 seed, getting it done in overtime. That's our 2nd overtime match of the championship round. Wow, this is fun, Dave.
That is. There was a while there where it looked like Wagenhofer was dominating, but didn't happen. And now we're moving on to 160, where we've got Seth Walker, 25-5 senior from Waverly Shell Rock in the top seed against Brandon Childs. Charles City, 26-9 and a senior. And Probably, one would think, being the top seed, that Walker would be heavily favored. But I don't know. We got a lot of heart from these Charles City wrestlers.
No doubt about it. Walker, the defending champion at 152 pounds.
And we've got Childs in hard on a double. He's got his head, though, between Walker's legs, but he keeps on driving. Keeps on going. Now he's picking Walker up in the air and turning back to the mat. Walker still hanging on around the waist. Childs, though, trying to come up through the hole in the back. Now we've got Walker trying to come up through the back side and coming around. And Walker's the one that kept his head up the highest, and that's usually the guy that wins, and he did. And so it's 2-0, Seth Walker ahead of Brandon Childs, Charles City.
Charles City with 2 champions on the day. New Hampton looking for Waverly Shellrock looking for their first champion of the day.
And here again, Brandon Childs holding his base, staying on his knees. Now he's getting stretched out a little bit. Seth Walker, veteran Waverly wrestler, coming around, trying to come up around front. But Childs gets to his feet, breaks the hands as they go out of bounds, but he's going to have to go back down again. No escape.
50 seconds left here in the period. A 2-0 lead for Seth Walker. Of course, being at 60, he had Bryce Steyert in the room with him last year.
Yeah.
That probably makes you a little bit better.
Yeah, probably did. But minute 41 left. Brandon Childs on the bottom, getting worked over pretty good here by Seth Walker. Now he's broken down onto his belly. Walker trying to get an arm up on the back. Childs, pretty good job of keeping the arms in front of him, not giving him much. Nice roll through there by Childs, but Walker rolls right with him. And
out of bounds they go with 5 seconds left here in the first period.
Five seconds left. Walker covers. And Childs makes a good move off the whistle to his feet. Looking to get hand control. Nice job of putting him back down by Walker. Turning him crossways, put him down perpendicular to the mat. Or parallel to the mat, excuse me. And Walker defers. And Childs is going down. And looks like Walker just decided he'd just soon go up, so gives Childs 1 point. And scored out 2-1. Seth Walker.
1:55 left here in period number 2. Walker the top seed and Childs was the number 2 seed. Walker's been beat 5 times, Childs 9 times.
Good shot there by Walker, but Childs sprawled. He's on top now with a kind of a chest lock here. Now he pulls the arm out, and they come back neutral, face to face. Pretty good job of staying in the center of the mat. Shot from quite a ways away by Childs. He's got both of Walker's legs. Now he's got to keep pushing in. Walker is trying to defend here. Gets under the underhook. Now he drops in on a shot of his own where he's got Childs' left leg locked up. Now he's going to come up, doing a good job of coming up, coming through the hole here in the center. And now he goes back down. He's got Childs' leg trap. Childs reached in through the crotch, but Walker pops his head out. Once he popped his head out, he gets his 2. So we got a 4-1 lead now for Seth Walker, Waverly. And now he comes across the head, and he's got Seth Walker back far enough that he's got a couple counts there. Yeah, I think he's going to get a 5 count.
So Walker's going to have a 7-1 lead here with 25 seconds left here in period number 2. Walker trying to become the first champ of the day for Waverly Shellrock. New Hampton has 4. Crestwood has 2. Charles City has 2. 8 seconds left here in the period.
And we've got Walker on top.
7-1 Walker as we go to the third. Seth Walker trying to defend his conference title.
And it's
He won 152 last year.
Walker's choice. He goes down.
I'd like to hear the recap. See you guys later. Golden tongue, silver throat. Good work.
And we've got Brandon Childs on top, working the wrists. Walker not doing too much there on the bottom. And again, needs to be careful. Can't sit too long. Secret to winning is keep wrestling. And
128 left here in the period. Walker trying to become the fourth two-time multiple champion of the day. Forsyth and Stout became two-time champions for Charles City, and Connor Cleveland became a three-time champion for New Hampton.
And Walker trying to sit out, but nice job of following behind by Brandon Childs. But he's
in a stall.
It's all called on Childs, I guess, for hanging on the ankle. But here again, he wasn't getting out to the side. Decides to cut Walker. Makes it 8-1.
.47 seconds left here in the third period.
And both boys out in the middle of the mat there, working each other's heads a bit. Deep shot by quite a ways away by Walker. That should keep the referee off him. Nice sprawl by Childs, but Walker keeps pulling the leg in, keeps moving up, and a nice job of pulling the leg in, keeping the head tight to the chest, and he gets another takedown. Makes it 10-1. Seth Walker over Brandon Childs. And 10 seconds left.
And the Go Hawks will get their first champion of the day here at 160 pounds. So Waverly Shellrock Seth Walker becomes a two-time conference champion.
And wrestled a good match.
Winning by major decision here in the finals. Let's move on to 170.
And here we've got the top seed Austin Duffy from Old Wine against the third seed Trevor Byram from Waverly Shellrock. Byram actually got behind Cole Denner, the second seed from New Hampton, with a 20-3 record for a while. But then as the match went on, why Byram just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and he finally pinned Denner. So,
and that was probably one of the bigger ones of the day for the Go Hawks.
Yeah, big upset to take a not such a big upset for a third seed to be the second seed, but to do it the way he did it.
Yep. And of course, at 170 pounds, Duffy, a defending conference champion, he won 170 a year ago.
So he's been here before. We'll see what Trevor Byram can do. Both juniors. And in that semifinal match, it really appeared that Denner was far and away the better wrestler to begin with the match. But again, as the match wore on, why Byram just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And in fairness, Cole Denner, I understand that he's had some injuries coming back here, but you got to be impressed with the kid that can come from behind and score a fall.
Actually, I got to correct something on Max Forsyth earlier. He's now a three-time Northeast Iowa Conference champion, and he becomes the 45th of the day. I looked back a couple of years. They spelled Forsyth with an E a couple of years ago in the history. So.
Well, he pulled it out at the end.
Yep.
But that's what champions do.
So he becomes the
And we've got Duffy really trying to work the head. Got a little something out of position there, but recovered quickly. And got Byam working a collar tie. I think they're both working collar ties. Working the head hard, both of them. And Duffy of Olwine.
no score yet. Appears to be that will be the way it will end first period. So Forsyth becomes a 3-time champion. Molden, something personal against that kid with the way I'm forgetting him today, but nonetheless, he's the 45th in conference history.
Okay, well. Got an escape there by Duffy. Or excuse me, escape by Byam. Byam kid, for having 18 losses, holds his position really well. Russell's tough.
One nothing the score, with the Byram kid for Waverly Shellrock trying to become the second 3 seed to win today. Ryan Gorman was the other one.
And Byam on his feet here, bringing Duffy to them, kind of almost to the mat. Duffy, Byam's locked up behind him, but he hasn't been able to get Duffy down to the mat yet. There, Duffy breaks the hands and comes out to face him. So, no, and I think good call on the part of the official. Actually, Duffy was down on his butt there with Byam behind you, but he popped right up again, and obviously, if Byam had any control, he would have been able to hold him down. But,
1-0 the score as we wrestle here in period number 2 with 35 seconds remaining, and here's a takedown for Byram.
Yeah, shot by Duffy too far away, and Duffy got himself extended. Byam just came right around behind and took the 2 points. Byam wrestled a good match. That was a shot that Duffy wouldn't have had to take. It was way too far away. Duffy to his feet, working on the hands. And there he gets the hands broke free, and he gets a 1-point escape. But that was an unforced shot by Duffy. It wasn't set up well. And Byam saw it and took his points.
3-1 the lead for Byram against the top seed Duffy. Duffy trying to become a 2-time champion here today.
Duffy's going to go down. He's going to work probably to get an escape, make it 3-2, and then win on the takedown. That's the plan. Duffy moves out. Byam comes over, kind of tries to cradle him, but Duffy's up and no chance of that happening. Duffy far too good to wrestle for that. Back on their feet again. And a little forehead to forehead tie here. Both of them hanging heavy on the head. Heavy on the head. Not a lot of motion. Byam doing a great job of staying just down on the leg is Duffy, but now he takes it up. Got it up to go off the edge of the mat though, and not going to get anything out of it. Got to do that in the middle. And Byam's the first one back to the middle of the mat. Duffy kind of drags back. I always hate to see that.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you got to get the officials involved there as Byram circles around, gets the takedown to make it a 5-2 lead.
Duffy looks tired, and he hung his head a little bit there. Byam snapped the head down, come around behind. Now that Byam's on top, he's got to go out a half in, and not out to the side far enough to make it really work. But there's a minute left. Duffy moves to a sit position. Byam comes out over the top. Now Byam's got a half in. He's going out to the side trying to turn Duffy. And he's going from side to side. And as he goes from side to side, touches the hands behind the head, so he gets a ultra full Nelson.
So it's a 5-3 lead.
And
with 57 seconds left here in the third period.
That's what happens when you get eager, a little bit too eager. And we've got a caution here, I believe, on Byam. Duffy comes up, tripod, looking for hand control. Byam actually saw a knee and looks like knee and a head together there, and he's got a cradle on. And he's turned Duffy to his back, and he's getting back points. He's got 2 of them there.
40 seconds left here in the period.
And potentially dangerous. So 7-3 now. Byam's got the lead. And Duffy sits out. Byam puts a lot of pressure on, holds him back, comes him back, brings it back down. Duffy again, a stand up, and Byam traps that leg and head and got more back points.
7-3 the score, and 3 more coming for Byam.
2 more.
Or 2 more.
9. And Duffy stood up, and when he stood up, brought the knee to the head, and Byam caught that both times and got points out of it. And that's the way it's going to end up here, 9-3.
Trevor Byram for Waverly Shellrock is the 170-pound Northeast Iowa Conference champion.
And he come out of 3rd seed to do it with 18 losses. That's one of those kind of success stories that you always like to see, I guess, although it certainly wasn't pleasing for Austin Duffy from Owine. 30-5. How in the world can a guy with 18 losses beat me? Well, just by doing his job.
Exactly.
Wrestling hard the whole time. We've got Jameer Moore, Waverly Shellrock, top seed, 30-3. And he's wrestling against Joel Frieden from Waukon, 19-9, second seed. Jameer Moore putting the front headlock on Frieden. Get him out of bounds.
1:31 left here in the period. Jameer Moore, the top seed, as we mentioned. So the seeds were pretty much scratching this one, with Ola Graven finishing 3rd and Kaler finishing 4th. Frieden, the lone finalist of the day for the walk-on Indians.
And looks like Moore made a little shoulder trouble. It's got a heavy wrap around it. Now comes up for a headlock, and he gets it. And he's got Frieden on his back. And he's up there chest to chest, but they're out of bounds right now. He's got to pull Frieden back in bounds. Doesn't get it done, but he's got 3 points, make it 5-0.
So Jameer Moore trying to become the 3rd champ of the day for the Waverly Shellrock Go-Hawks.
Frieden, Jameer Moore puts Frieden back on his feet and gets the Frieden gets the point, and as a whistle blew, why Frieden back straight up, and he got a stall warning against him. So Frieden goes in on a leg. Goes in on a leg, but he can't hold it, and Moore takes it away from him and then pushes Frieden down out of bounds. And Frieden kind of controlling the hands here now. Moore got an overhook. Comes in trying to jack that overhook up, and then he's going to try and change off to a headlock. Now instead he comes in with a front headlock. Frieden reaches in on the leg, but doesn't bother Moore any. He just jacks him up. Moore very tall, slender. Another shot by Frieden, but Moore's got some pretty powerful hips. Just gets his legs back. And jacking Frieden up. Now steps in front of him. He's going to take him over the hips, bounce his head on the mat, but didn't get him over. He got the 2. Makes it 7-1.
Jameer Moore has only lost 3 times all year. Waverly Shellrock has clinched their 12th straight Northeast Iowa Conference Wrestling Championship, and looking at that in a little bigger conference perspective, you look at any sport in this league, the longest conference title streak is Charles City softball, 14 years in a row from 1978 to 1991. You have a 12 conference championship streak right now going on with Decorah girls cross country, and the Decorah girls track team has a chance to equal that streak coming up in the springtime here. So not only is it very impressive on the wrestling end of things, it's impressive in
Everywhere.
any sport.
That's right, in any sport.
This conference's history.
In any sport. And there is no doubt that Waverly Shell Rock, especially under Caldwell, I don't want to say it's luck, but anytime you can put 14 tough kids, a kid in every weight spread out, that's luck. You can't practice that.
Yep.
But Caldwell has left. That doesn't happen anymore. Waverly's got some pretty weak weights.
Yep.
But the kids that are in there are wrestling tough.
No doubt about it. Like in their glory years, they were the best team in the state. They're probably not 3A championship caliber anymore, but at the same time, they're
pretty good.
The best team in this league.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and in fact, in their glory years, they were not only the best team in the state of Iowa, they might have been one of the best teams across the country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So.
And but to be able to continue that when you lose those kids that are that good, and you still bring these kids along like a kid with 18 losses, and he can come out and win the conference. And another takedown there for Jameer Moore.
And it's a 11-3 lead now as Moore gets up to major decision level here at 182 pounds. So the
and we go out of bounds. Score still 11-3, 22 seconds left. It's like Frieden has a little shoulder stinger there, no injury. Come on, to take injury time.
Frieden, the lone finalist of the day for the walk-on Indians. He defeated Andy Lilligraven of Decorah in the semifinals earlier on today.
We're no rush. Maybe I'll take another break here. Yeah, we'll get
And minute and a half time allowed.
And I think Frieden able to get to his feet, and it looks like he will continue.
But not right now.
So conversation continuing here with 47 seconds left of injury time. I suppose if it's 5-4, you got a little bit more willing you to continue than when it's 11-3 with 41 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah. And Moore puts a leg in, now comes across the neck. Trying to grab that far shoulder and turn him. That's potentially dangerous.
And
should be illegal if he comes across the throat.
Well, and some guys that probably need to get their officiating licenses didn't like that last call. $50 in a test is pretty easy, isn't it?
That's right.
An open book test.
Yeah.
An online rules meeting.
Yep.
And the period comes to a close with Moore leading by an 11-3 margin.
And Moore goes down. Frieden still favoring the shoulder a bit.
And of course, here at conference, you got to think about, everybody's
next week.
Everybody's at least going to be wrestling next week.
And Frieden, a lot of pressure on, he got a half in. Moore clamps down on that half and comes up, face him. And we've got 12-3.
Wrestling at 182 in the championship round.
And so we still, minute 17 left the match. Still 12-3. Braden still hanging in there. Trying to control the hands. Braden makes the shot. Moore drops his hips down, then comes around behind. He's going to make it 14-3.
Jameer Moore trying to become the third champ of the day, and now he lets up Frieden, and it's 14-4.
Oh, nice shot there by Frieden, but now he comes in and got deep. Moore gets his feet back, though, as they go out of bounds, so good shot by Frieden.
14-4 the score, 40 seconds left here in the third period in the championship at 182 pounds.
And a little hand fighting here.
182 championship, 20 seconds left here. Jameer Moore has a major decision. Moore just hit for a stall warning, but doesn't matter much right now.
No.
Frieden gets in on a shot, but Moore just able to stuff the head and lock up the arms.
Frieden makes a reshot, though, comes in deep on the legs. He's going to get the takedown. Now Moore's still hanging on to an ankle, so he doesn't get the takedown.
So it ends up 14-4, a major decision victory for Jameer Moore of Waverly Shellrock. And Moore becomes the third champion of the day for the Waverly Shellrock GoHawks. So let's move up to 195 pounds, another GoHawk here in the lineup. This is Jacob Eggleston trying to become the second, a two-time conference champ. He'll have to face Nick Jacobs of Charles City.
And Eggleston, 41-10, junior top seed. And Jacobs, of course, the third seed. Daniel Ott, the second seed.
Jacobs pinned out in a minute 24.
And Eggleston here got his shoulder wrapped too, just like Moore had. And of course, this is a situation too where Waverly Shellrock gets another week of rest before they have to go to state. Tempted states.
They are a 3A school, so they only have districts as compared to going the 2 weekends.
So.
But I've always thought about this, and this is the way Coach Mitchell at Luther put it to me, and I think it's 100% accurate, and he knows more wrestling that goes without saying than I do. In 3A, it's probably easier to get to state with 1 day compared to two, at least in our part of the world. Yeah. But if you get out of 2A and get to state, you're in pretty good shape to place.
Yeah,
if you get out of our part of the world in 2A.
It's all 16-man brackets when you get down there, but I think it's a little tougher to maybe get out of 2A because you got to go through 12 teams instead of 8.
Yep, exactly.
And you got to perform on 2 weekends instead of 1. So we've been both places, 2A, 3A. When we were going back and forth like that, we never let it bother the kids. We told them, hey, just wrestle.
Exactly.
And we'll do what we can do. And a lot of times we put just as many kids stayed in 3A as we did 2A.
Yep. Eggleston in scoreless with Jacobs as we go to the second period, and Eggleston's choice, and he will go down.
Nice turn there by Eggleston. Nice lift by Jacobs to put him back to the mat. And
1:48 left here in the period. 0-0 score. Eggleston trying to become a two-time champ.
We got a tilt. Got the wrist tied up, and he gets 2 points off that tilt. Eggleston turns into him, and all Jacob's going to give him is a 1-point escape. So scores 2-1 now. 2-point tilt by Eggleston, or by Jacobs, and a 1-point escape by Eggleston.
2-1 the score. With Stout, or with Jacobs leading here at 195 pounds. I want to call every Charles City guy Stout. I don't know why.
Well, they all are pretty stout.
Well, that's true.
It's not S-T-A-U-D-T. But,
well, thanks for covering for me there, partner.
all we can do. Do what I can.
Do the best you can with what you got.
That's right. And
50 seconds left here in the period with Jacobs of Charles City leading by a 2-1 margin.
And the important thing here is Stout got those 2 points to lead off the top position.
Yep.
So he can go down underneath and pick up one more. Nice shot by...
And a stall warning on Eggleston, but now Eggleston's in motion after the shot from Jacobs.
Yeah.
Both men return to their feet. No points, 27 seconds left here in the second period.
A bad shot by Jacobs, a little too far away, but recovered nicely and didn't allow Eggleston to score on it.
13 seconds left here in the period. A 2-1 lead for Jacobs, and he will have the choice here in the third period.
And so that'll give him the opportunity to go down, and of course if he escapes, he'll have a 3-1 lead. And he's going down.
Jacobs trying to become the third champ of the day for Charles City. Eggleston trying to become the fourth champ consecutively here for the Waverly Shellrock GoHawks. Jacobs able to get to his feet. Eggleston
hanging on to that leg.
He's got it wrapped up around the thigh.
I think it's one of these situations that Jacobs has got to get that leg, fight to get that leg back. Got to stalemate out of it. Try it over.
With 1:41 left here in the third period.
And I know the Waverly coaches telling Eggleston to let him up, but Eggleston going back on top. Jacobs stands up this time. Eggleston did not get the leg in. Jacobs turns, clears the arm off the back, and
gets the escape to make it 3-1.
3-1. Now Eggleston has really basically got to get after that takedown, and if he does, he just tied it up, which gives Eggleston or Jacobs a chance to get out to go and win by 1. So the matches don't always go by how they're predicted, do they? So
matches aren't one on paper; they're one on wrestling mats.
One on the mat. That's right. That's what makes it so wonderful.
1 minute left here in the period. Jacobs leading by a 3-1 margin. He was able to turn Eggleston at the start of the second period after Eggleston chose down, and that gave him an advantage heading here into the third.
Yeah, quick tilt. And it was a quick tilt, but Eggleston let him control both wrists. And load him up. Got the takedown. Eggleston makes kind of a half shot. Shot there by Eggleston.
He was in on the shot, but Jacobs was able to score off it. It's 5-1 Jacobs.
Eggleston left his arms out. Out. Jacobs got underneath the arm and almost pancaked him to his back, but give Eggleston credit for getting to his base, getting to his belly. 7 seconds left. I just kind of wonder a little bit here if Eggleston has a little shoulder problem there, because he doesn't have his arms out like you think maybe you'd like to see him, but
and he does have the one shoulder wrapped up.
Yep.
And Nick Jacobs going to be a conference champ for Charles City.
And he's a senior, goes out a winner here.
Wins by decision, a 5-1 margin. So we move on to 220 pounds. And this will be
Travis McMillan Olwine against Aaron Malloy, Charles City.
McMillan was the 220-pound champ a year ago.
And a good kid. One of that cadre of 4 champs last year for Olwine.
Yep.
But you know what? This Malloy has impressed me too. He's been tough. He's
just solid.
Solid. Good position, solid wrestler. Not flashy, like most of the rest of the Charles City kids. They came to wrestle.
1:30 left here in the period. Basically, we describe all those Charles City kids in the same way, don't we?
That's right. I guess maybe you could say they didn't just come to wrestle, they come to wrestle hard.
No doubt about it. 1:09 left here in the first period. A scoreless match.
And Travis McMillan, only one loss on the year.
McMillan trying to become the 5th returning champ to win a title. Charles City trying to win their 4th title.
Outside single here by Malloy, and he's down in the lower leg, real right down on the ankle. McMillan wizard, but in pulling the wizard out, trying to limp arm out. Why he kind of got out of position, and Malloy re-attacked. But he re-attacked with the arm up around the waist.
And now McMillan had the headlock there, or so it seemed there for a second, but
by putting the arm around the waist, that allowed McMillan to put the wizard in.
Yep.
And
31 seconds as they go out of bounds. 0-0 the score.
A little action there, but no points. At least that shows a kid like Malloy that he can get in on the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
How's that feel?
Malloy a junior, McMillan a senior.
15 seconds left here in the period. And we're counting it down to 9 seconds left here in the period as McMillan
got a 2-on-1 now, Russian tie. Now he tries to pull the other arm up over the head. Nothing happens, and nothing.
McMillan only lost once this year. Second period we go. McMillan will start in the down position.
Hey, that's tough to get to this part of the season with one loss. McMillan on the bottom. Not much of a move on the whistle. Just kind of holds his base. Now he moves to a sit position. Malloy tries to kind of come over the head and snap him back. McMillan gets back to his feet, or back to his knees. He's trying to switch, turning, but he's getting his body extended, and that means Malloy can take him belly down to the mat. Got him extended now. Malloy trying to get a wing on.
1:25 left here in the second period.
Now he's got the arc clear up on the back. Gotta watch for potentially dangerous here, but trying to put McMillan's arm up on his back.
Greg Becker was about to blow it twice, but that arm just got loose enough the couple of times it was released.
Now it's potentially dangerous, and we're going to get a new start.
1:05 left here in the period. Still 0-0 between McMillan and Malloy. They're at 220 pounds.
And again, the Charles City coaches trying to encourage Malloy to keep this McMillan down on the mat. Millen comes up and out and faces him.
And it's a 1-0 lead for Travis McMillan, trying to become the 5th champion to defend his title. Max Forsyth and Connor Cleveland became 3-time champions today, the 44th and 45th in history. And McMillan could become the 5th one. 2-time champion he would be.
And now McMillan went in on a shot, but nicely warded off by Malloy. 17 seconds left, second period. Now shot on the leg here by Malloy, changes off to a double, comes up and tries to trip McMillan, but they go out of bounds.
A 1-0 lead for Travis McMillan. 6 seconds left here in the period.
And McMillan much taller than Aaron Malloy. Malloy's going down. Start the third period.
As you would expect, down 1-0 at this point. And now caution is going to be called on McMillan as
I had his foot a little too far forward there on the starting line.
The assistant referee Mike Denner helps out Greg Becker with that call.
Yeah, he can see it there from the side.
And Malloy able to get to his feet, turns and faces, hanging on the leg right now is McMillan.
And McMillan's hanging on. Malloy's trying to go behind. Malloy comes behind. He scores 2 for a reversal. Puts him up 2-1. McMillan, he's laying pretty flat and pretty extended there. And this Malloy's not doing too much either. Now Malloy moves out to the side. And McMillan moving up into a tripod position. He's going to move out and face Malloy. Ties the score up 2-2.
A 2-2 score between McMillan and Malloy. Now McMillan in on a leg of Malloy. And he gets the leg up in the air.
He's in deep.
And he gets the takedown, or it should be. He's over the leg on the edge of the mat, and the takedown is awarded on the side of that with 1:05 left here in the period.
Makes it 4-2.
4-2 lead for Travis McMillan, trying to become a 2-time champion. That'd be for Owine's first 2-time champ in quite some time.
And sure. Nice roll through there by Malloy. McMillan, he kind of followed him. Now Malloy keeps coming, and he ends up on top. A 2-point reverse to tie the match up 2-2 or 4-4. 45 seconds left.
4-4 the score here at. They're at 220 pounds. We've had 2 overtime matches today. Could we have our third?
29 seconds. It's going to be hard to hold McMillan down.
McMillan able to get to his feet, and now he steps over and gets a reversal.
He comes up on top there, gets a reverse, makes it 6-4. 18 seconds left.
Travis McMillan for Owine. Travis McMillan for Owine leading 6-4 with 9 seconds left here in the period. Malloy trying to turn and face. He won't be able to do it, so. And the hometown crowd can cheer on their first champ of the day as Travis McMillan becomes a 2-time champ for the Owine Huskies, winning 6-4.
6-5.
They gave an escape at the end.
An escape to Malloy right there at the end.
McMillan, a 2-time champ for Owine.
And he had to work for it.
And time now for our final match of the day. It is here at 285 pounds. It is Brody Tupy of Charles City and Jacob Knutson of Crestwood.
A couple pretty good heavyweights. Tupy's not flashy, but he doesn't give you anything. Very steady. Now we've got Knutson here in a front headlock on his feet. Tupy's trying to get his hips in under him.
And this is going to just be a big throw.
Knutson thought he could maybe launch Tupy over his backwards. That didn't work. Tupy just planted him. And Tupy got a little high there, though. So after he got his back points.
3 back points, and Knutson now down on the leg, but Tupy still in control.
Yeah, he comes back around on top. So 5-0 lead now for Brody Tupy, Charles City. Tupy still on top.
Tupy trying to become the 4th champ of the day for the Comets of Charles City. They had 4 champs 2 years ago in Decorah at the conference championship.
And pretty good out of 7 in the finals. Win 4 of them.
Out of 11 in the lineup.
Out of 11 in the lineup, yeah. And we're going to go start the third period, and Tupi's going down with a 5-0 lead. Knutson covers. Tupi comes up into a tripod. Now he brings his feet out from under him and turns, faces, gets a reverse, comes back on top. So
a 7-0 lead here for Tupi.
Tupi on top. Needs to get out to the side.
So 7-0 lead here for Tupi at 285 pounds. We'll get the team standings up so we can get those to you momentarily.
Now Tupi moves out over the head. He's getting back points. If he can get Knutson turned just a little bit farther, he put a lot of pressure on him. He's got to fall.
And Tupi wins in 3:04. And Charles City will not be getting enough to get third place. So the final team standings of the day. In 7th, Walk On with 76. In 6th, Decorah with 148. In 5th, Owan 161.5. In 4th, Crestwood 171. In 3rd, Charles City with 186.5. New Hampton in 2nd with 192. And Waverly Shellrock, the 12-time champion in a row with 227 points here today. So credit to the Comets for getting it done once again. You figure one of these years it's going to be the year that the streak will end, but it didn't happen this year.
Well, they just keep wrestling hard, and seems like nobody else can quite put it all together. Hurt probably to have trying out for New Hampton, and another 20 points would have made it look a little closer.
But you got to
Wouldn't have done it yet, though.
And from let's talk from a Decorah perspective today. Obviously, 6th place is not where you want to be in the Northeast Iowa Conference, but things happened this week, and you didn't have as many kids as you wanted. But at the same time, I also look at it this way. I don't look at any match today and say Decorah lost to a kid that they shouldn't have lost to either.
No, not more than about one, maybe so. But we come back for those 3rd and 5th place matches pretty well. And I was encouraged with Devin Stortz coming back and wrestling hard the whole 6 minutes against Stout. And so there's some bright points. And not all of them, but there's some bright points there.
So final thoughts overall on the day.
Well, well-run tournament. Owen did a nice job. And like I said, wish we'd have scored a little bit higher, but given what we had to work with, we probably finished, like I say, I didn't see anybody bomb out and go two or three places below their seed.
All right, so, Dave, nice job by you, and look forward to next Saturday already.
In fact, there was a tournament a number of years ago in one of these halls we just walked through where we had a bunch of kids that finished below their seeds, and I think Coach Williams went out and spoke to them very cordially, but I think it peeled the paint off the wall. We don't wrestle. We don't wrestle below our seed. And,
only Coach Williams could do.
Yes, he had a way.
So,
but again, I don't think we wrestle below our seeds in many places, if at all. And
where you did, it was probably a toss-up for the seed you got,
sure,
like Edie and Robinson.
Sure, just like Edie and Robinson. Second and third seed, a lot of times coaches don't even argue about that. They just say put them out there and let them wrestle. So,
Dave, nice job by you as always, and look forward to next Saturday.
Wonderful working for you, and I look forward to that too.
All right, Waverly Shellrock wins the dual or the conference title today for the 12th year in a row. This has been Decorah Viking Wrestling coverage at KDECradio.com.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Let's get
results of 113. First was the Bush of New Hampton, 3,200%. In third place, Miles Howley of Long Island. In second place, Gary